Hey everyone, this is Travis Lima from Paid Memberships Pro Year. Welcome to another live streaming webinar episode, if you will. In this episode, we kind of trying to do something a little bit different. So we're starting a Travis's Tip of the Day series. And what I kind of want to do here is I want to share little tidbits and tips that can help you sort of develop and extend upon your membership site, your WordPress site, things like that. This is a little bit less kind of, planned out, and it's just, I'm kind of going with the idea of offering you quick and useful tips that you can use for your membership site. And we often get quite a few questions and comments that come up throughout the day. And so this is what I thought a perfect way to address some of these, and, hopefully other people who watch them can find value out of them for sort of like weeks to come. So I am currently broadcasting this to our Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube channels, and I'm going to be playing around with the different time zones. So this is sort of my lunchtime period, so it's probably very early for you who are around on the East Coast, and sort of afternoon time if you're coming in from Australia, and it's going to be lunchtime if you are in the European sort of time zones. So leave a comment down below if you have any questions or comments that you have for me, and I'll try and address them in this episode. So the idea behind this is I'm going to be doing a quick episode or video live stream each and every day, just sharing a sort of my tip of the day, and that's why we're calling it Travis's Tips of the Day. Now, just real quick, we are going to be speaking about a very common question that comes up from time to time, how to add code to your WordPress website. And if you have ever viewed our blog or wanted to do something with Paid Memberships Pro in particular, you'll know that we have got a ton of code recipes that you can add to your site. And I want to show you how you can go about adding that or adding a code recipe to your site in a safe way. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to go ahead and share my screen. And as you can see over here, I have my test.local environment set up. And this is not a live site. This is a staging site that you can get set up. If you're interested, I use local by Flywheel to set up my development environment. And this is the perfect way that I have learned how to add code recipes and code snippets to websites. Currently, all I have running on my site is Paid Memberships Pro. It's installed and activated up to version 2.4.1. And if I go ahead, I'll just show you the front end of the site real quick over here. As you can see, I've just got my stock standard WordPress theme running, so nothing special on my end. But what I hope to do is I want to show you how you can add some custom code to your site. I'm not going to dive too much into the actual code and what this code is going to be used for, but as you can see, because it's our first episode, I chose a really quick and easy little code recipe over here. If you are just joining us, then know that this code recipe is on our blog. So this particular one is titled Allow Members to Create Weak Passwords During Reset or Profile Update. Now, we have got a load of code recipes that extends upon Paid Memberships Pro and our sort of core plugin features. So if you're interested, check out our blog for that. And like I said, I'm not going to dive too deep into what this code is going to do or what other code recipes are going to do for your membership site, but just know that this is the kind of method that I would use to add code to a membership or WordPress site. And so this sort of method will be able to repeat regardless of what code you're using. If you view my screen over here, I have a how to add custom fields using Register Helper. So if you've ever wanted to add custom fields to your membership site, I have a video for that. And the reason why I'm pointing that particular video out is the method that I'm going to show you in this video is basically the same to add register helper field. So that's pretty useful. Again, if you are just joining us, welcome to Travis's tip of the day. I am just going to give a quick tidbit and tips throughout the week, each and every day. So I'm glad that you are joining us. Let me know if you have any questions or comments about anything, and I'll see if I can get to them. So let's dive right in. If I go back to my membership site, as you can see, I've got WordPress installed. I haven't installed the latest 5.5, but this is a development website, so it's not super important right now. And I have PM Pro installed and activated. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to just go ahead and add a new plugin. And what we're going to search for is a plugin called Code Snippets. So let's just go ahead and search for that. And once that comes up, what you want to look for is this plugin over here called Code Snippets. It's got a sort of like a red and a blue play button with a little scissors icon in it. It's got 300,000 plus active installs, and you're just going to want to go hit install, and once that's installed, we're going to go ahead and activate it. So we had a couple of questions on how to actually go about adding code snippets or code recipes to a site in a safe way, and the older methods of actually editing plugins and adding a customization plugin was very daunting to many people. And so this Code Snippets is quite a nice plugin to use because it allows you to add code snippets to your WordPress site in quite a quickly, efficient, and safe manner. So once that's installed and activated on your site, we can just go ahead and click on the snippets link over here, or you can just go ahead and sort of hover over the snippets option and just select add new. And here we go. So right now we can go ahead and add a code snippet. I'm just going to label this, and this is all going to be for our internal use. So I'm just going to copy what Kim has written over here in the title of this tooltip, and I'm going to paste that over there so we know exactly what is happening with this code recipe. And then all you really need to do is you just need to go ahead over here by the code recipe section, and we're just going to highlight this code, and I'm just going to hit Command and C on my Mac, and that's Control or C if you're using a PC. And we paste it into the code section. So that's pretty quick and easy. I'm not going to dive too deep into this code. As I mentioned to you, over here we have a comment, and here we have a filter. So this code recipe is essentially going to allow us to, just give me 1 second. I'm going to quickly open up a door for a dog that I think is trying to escape here. Sorry about this. 1 second. Riley, where are you? Don't you know I'm like recording? Hey folks, sorry about that. I have a dog that urgently needed to go out, and I didn't realize until only now. So I apologize for that. Like I said, I'm trying to keep these pretty fresh and sort of, unplanned and stuff. So there might be a couple of distractions that come and go from time to time. So as I was saying, so we've basically pasted in our code recipe over here in the code snippets add-on, and you can decide where you want to run this. And what I mean by that is if you want to run this snippet everywhere, only run in the administration area, only run on the site front end, or one. So you have a bit of control of how you want to run this. I'm just going to keep it on run snippet everywhere. And if I want, I can actually add in a description. This will help me sort of track how the code recipe works, and if I have any notes for myself. This is all sort of internal use. The main sort of way you want to actually work with this is you want to title your code recipe and then go ahead in the code section and just add in the actual code that you get from our blog or from anywhere else, and then you paste that in there. Just to illustrate how this works, let's go ahead and copy this paragraph, and I will paste it into my description. And I'm just going to add this a tag, and I'm going to call it, let's say, password. So this is just helps us to keep track of our code recipes. Once that's done, I went ahead and I saved my code recipe. And as you can see, the snippet is added and activated. Now, the nice thing about using this is, because in theory, what's going to happen is this code is running, it's working, and it's actually allowing us to offer weak passwords to members if they are using it for a password reset or a profile update, etc. But now the real nice thing is I'm going to actually attempt to break the code, and I'm going to show you what's going to happen here. So one of the main problems with actually adding code to your site is the fear of actually breaking something. And obviously, if you run a live or production site, you don't want to go ahead and break your site by adding in code. And this is like the fear for many, and I mean for myself as well. So this snippet, this code snippets plugin actually helps you with that. So let's go ahead and let's say I'm gonna cut this this portion of the code out. And as you can see, it's already showing me that there's a parse error in my code. So if you're just tuning in, I just showed everyone how to actually add a code recipe to your site using the code snippets add-on. And I'm attempting now to break my code just to show you how this is a safe way of actually using a plugin to add some code to your site. So what I've done is I've cut a portion of the code out, and I'm just going to, it's already showing me an error, and I'm just going to go ahead and save this. And as you can see here, we're getting an error message, and it says here, don't panic, the code snippet you are trying to save produced a fatal error on line 5. And then it gives us the actual syntax error that we are facing. It says here the previous version of the snippet is unchanged, and the rest of the site should be functioning normally as before. So let's actually try and go to test.local. I really hope this works. I'm just going to delete that portion of, okay, test.local. Sorry, let me just get that up again. Test.local. I want to go there, please. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, I just opened up another browser tab, and I actually have a fatal error on my code, but it hasn't been saved. So as you can see over here, my site is still working. It's still functioning. The code snippets add-on did its job. It didn't break my site by doing this. And this is a really nice way for you to add code recipes to your site without having to worry about breaking your site. This is the biggest reason why you would want to use this add-on. And it just says here, please go ahead and use the back button in your browser to return to the previous message and try to fix the code error. If you prefer, you can close this message and discard the changes you just made. No changes will be made for this site. So if I go back to my code recipe, you will see that it saves, or it displays the most recent working version of my code. It allows me to just go ahead and save that. And as you can see, my snippet is updated. It's all green. Everything is working as it should. So I think that's about a wrap for day 1 of Travis's tip of the day. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. I don't see anything that has come through now. And let me know in the comment section of this video of what you would like me to cover in tomorrow's video episode. So I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you have any comments or questions, and bye for now.